20,000 years ago, the world was frozen solid. Glaciers buried entire continents. Under sheets of ice more than a mile thick. Sea levels dropped so low that land bridges connected continents. Now separated by ocean, temperatures plunged far below zero. For months at a time, food was scarce. Entire herds of animals vanished overnight, wiped out by starvation and cold. Most species could not survive it. Woolly mammoths, cave bears, and countless other Ice Age giants eventually went extinct. But we did. And the reason isn't just luck, or fire, or clever tools. The reason is written directly into your DNA, right now, in this very moment, whether you know it or not. During the last Ice Age, early humans faced a brutal, unforgiving problem. How do you survive when food disappears? For months, sometimes years, at a time, the humans who survived were not necessarily the strongest, or the fastest, or the smartest. In many cases, they were simply the ones whose bodies had learned to do one thing extremely well: store every single calorie as efficiently as possible. Scientists call this the Thrifty gene hypothesis. Certain gene variants allowed the human body to convert food into fat faster than normal and to hold onto that stored fat through long, brutal winters when hunting failed and gathering was impossible. A body that could store fat efficiently after a good hunt might survive 3 extra weeks without food. 3 weeks could mean the difference between life and death, between passing your genes forward or disappearing from the family tree entirely. This single biological trick saved millions of lives across thousands of generations. But there was a price. Evolution never designs a perfect gene, only a gene that works well enough for the world it was built for. Today, in a world of constant, abundant food, those same thrifty survival genes are linked to modern obesity, insulin resistance, and type 2 diabetes. A gene that once rescued your ancestors from starvation may now be quietly working against you. Every time you sit down to eat, your body, in a very real sense, is still preparing for a famine that ended 10,000 years ago. Cold survival left its mark on us too, in ways most people have never even heard of. Some populations evolved a special kind of fat tissue called brown fat, controlled largely by a gene known as UCP1. Unlike ordinary white fat, which simply stores energy for later, brown fat does something remarkable. It burns energy directly to generate heat. It is essentially an internal furnace, a built-in heating system forged by tens of thousands of years of freezing winters, still active inside the bodies of people living today, especially those descended from populations that endured the harshest, coldest environments on Earth. Skin color changed too, and not by accident, as humans migrated out of Africa and into colder, less sunny regions of Europe and Asia. Natural selection began favoring a very specific mutation. Genes like SLC24A5 gradually lightened skin pigmentation over thousands of years. Why would lighter skin matter for survival? Because pale skin absorbs more ultraviolet light, allowing the body to produce enough vitamin D, even under the weak, low-angle sunlight of northern winters. Without this single genetic change, entire populations across Europe and Asia would have suffered from severe vitamin D deficiency, weakened bones, and poor immune function. A change in skin tone wasn't about appearance. It was about survival. At latitudes the human body was never originally built for, even something as ordinary as alcohol tolerance may trace back to this era of extreme survival pressure. Certain variants of the ADH1B gene, common in many East Asian and Native American populations today, may have helped ancient humans break down toxins found in fermented or spoiled food when every calorie mattered and nothing could be wasted. Even slightly spoiled food had to be eaten, and the bodies that could safely process it had an edge. Here is the part that's easy to forget. None of these ancient humans knew they were shaping the future of our species. They weren't thinking about genetics, or evolution, or the billions of people who would one day carry pieces of their biology forward. They were simply trying to survive one more freezing night, one more failed hunt, one more brutal winter. But every single gene that helped one person live just one day longer got quietly passed forward, generation after generation, ice age after ice age, until it eventually reached you. The ice age officially ended. More than 10,000 years ago, the glaciers retreated, the mammoths disappeared, the frozen world gave way to forests, rivers, and eventually cities. But in a very real sense, the ice age never actually left us. It is still running, quietly, in the background, inside nearly every cell of your body, in the fat you store, in the heat you generate, in the color of your skin, and in the way your body responds to the food you eat today. You are not just living after the ice age, you are still surviving it.